and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble, your astrologer and tarot reader, here with your readings for July the 1st through July the 7th. These readings come in three sections, guys. First the intro, then the astrology report, and then the tarot reading. And there will be skip times if you're checking out your sun, moon and rising in the show more section below. So look out for that. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get all the links to the other videos down there, but check them out. These are general readings, guys. Please don't assume that everything I say here is applicable to you. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you would like a personal, more tailored reading for you, go to my website. And the link to my website is below, and just check out the kind of readings that I offer. Firstly, I want to really apologize for last week. I only got I think it was eight readings out. And I got some tragic and shocking news. I recently interviewed a wonderful astrologer, Dan First, and we recorded the interview on June the 13th, and we plan to release it on the 1st, right before the eclipse. But unfortunately, he passed away on Sunday, June the 23rd. So I just didn't have it in me to do the readings. I was deeply saddened, and I'm very upset about that loss. Anyway, I'm sorry. Out of respect, I asked his family permission to release it as we agreed upon, the time that Dan and I had agreed upon. He was excited about it. I'm excited about it. It's really a great subject. He was an astrocartographer. So check that out on Sunday night. Monday night, Monday the 1st of July. It's 6:15. It'll be released as a premiere, so I will be attending and watching with you, and I can answer questions during it. So a big thank you to Dan's family for allowing me to do that, and honor him, because he was such a lovely soul. So what else? If you haven't joined my Facebook group, the link is below. Join the Facebook group. Every 2 weeks I do a live at 5, and I do a little astrology, and then afterwards, I have my cards and I answer questions, and we have a great time. So join that group, and I'm doing live at 5 tomorrow. That's Monday, the 1st of July, just before the premiere of Dan First's interview. So join me. So let's, without further ado, let's go to your astrology report, shall we? And before I go, happy World Pride. New York is buzzing with pride and love and colour. It's so wonderful. So happy Pride to everyone. Hello everyone, and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. And so much is happening this week. It is wild and crazy. Starting off on Monday, the 1st of July, Mars, the planet of passion and action and courage, is moving into Leo. Also courage, passion, fire, and open heart. So this is a really big shift in energy, and we're probably feeling it on Sunday. It's like it's about, saying what you mean. It's about being passionate. It's about taking action. It's about moving forward. It's about being heart-centered. And so that's a lovely energy. We just have to be careful. There's, of course, fire, there's two sides to passion. Fire is that wonderful sensual passion, and then there's that angry passion, right? So we have to be aware of that for some of us. Now, where it happens in your chart depends on how it affects you. If you would like to know more about that and would like a personal reading, you can go to my website and book a reading with me that can give you some more insight on how that will affect you and all the other aspects that are happening this week. Now, the big news is this total solar eclipse in Cancer. And it's very powerful. It's that Cancer, Capricorn kind of energy that's going to play out through to 2020. Now, this is a beautiful, it's all about our home, right? Because Cancer's about home, it's about nurturing, it's about family, it's about our roots. So it's all about what's going on at home. Now, eclipses are about change. They shake things up. Sometimes there's a little fear there for some of us because the inevitable happens when an eclipse comes into play. And we have this beautiful relationship going on at the same time with Neptune, right? So Neptune is in a trine to this eclipse. And also, this is, a total solar eclipse. So this is a new moon. These are new beginnings. So depending on where it lands in your chart, of course, it's in Cancer. So Cancers are going to feel different. They're going to come out. They're going to be renewed. This is happening in their first house of their identity, who they are. What's happening for them, what's changing within you. It happens with each sign in a different house, so it happens in a different way to each person. Now, we have, it's going to be about relationships for Cancer because we've got Saturn, the planet of lessons, structure, and rules, is opposite. Right? So this is bringing in some, sometimes these lessons aren't pleasant, but they need to happen. They need to happen for us to grow, and we need to grow. So we will be looking at perhaps, or especially Cancers, will be looking at relationships. What relationships do we need to repair? What relationships no longer serve for us? What behaviors no longer serve us? What is it that's holding us back? So it's really a time of self-reflection. It's also, a time of taking care of ourselves. Are we getting enough sleep? Are we getting enough nutrients? Are we getting enough exercise? Those kind of things, we need to really look at ourselves, and are we taking care of ourselves during this time? We need to nurture ourselves, right? So eclipses can have a little fear because change, nobody likes change. And so and things happen in a way sometimes that are disconcerting. But if we can embrace that change and we can really see, it's kind of karmic too, because, Saturn is the Lord of karma, right? So this is whatever has been at play for a while is going to kind of come out, and we're going to be forced to look at some things about ourselves and about our relationships. Or, if you are a Taurus, it's going to be about finances, and so on. So, Gemini about communication. And so anyway, I'm not going to go into the actual details on each sign, but it is a huge and powerful eclipse. Now, we really need to raise our vibration during this time and really take notice of our internal dialogue, and don't let us criticize ourselves, drop it. If we notice that, we need to change that. We need to have the highest vibration at this time to get us through. And meditation, if you're into it, is wonderful for that, for raising our vibration. Now, the next big thing is on Sunday, the 7th, when Mercury stations retrograde. Yes, darling, every summer Mercury goes retrograde. And here it is again. So it is in Leo at the moment, and it is about to backtrack. And by the mid-month, I think it'll be in Cancer yet again. This is always a time of reflection, right? When Mercury goes retrograde, it's a time to go in. It's a time to look at ourselves. It's a time to reorganize, regroup, get our ducks in a row, and get all our ducks in a row, because we need to be ready to go forward. It's not like you stop doing anything. You know, Mercury rules electronics. It's the intellect. It's important to look at how we communicate and you know, reflect on what changes that we can make going forward. Organize, you know, reorganize, you know. Listen, I always say declutter the mind is meditation, right? Declutter your home. You know, do things, work with the energies. When you work with the energy of a planet, you it's like having a little motor in your back, and you know, it's like going from a rowboat to a motorboat. Right? That's what we want. We want to be propelled by the universe. We want to work with the energies of the universe to get our life forward, to move forward more productively and happily, ultimately happily, right? And we'll be moving up to a lunar eclipse mid-month, and I'll talk about that probably in the next astrological report. So without further ado, guys, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your tarot card section of your reading. One last shuffle. Aquarius, Aquarius. You know, I always have to tell my little Aquarians, I have to sing them a song, darling. Oops, two more. Aquarius, Aquarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aquarius for this coming week, for this eclipse? 3 cards for Aquarius, please. 3 cards for Aquarius. Oh, wow. There's 3 cards that fell out. I tried to stop them, but they didn't. And I hope you guys join me for Dan Firth's interview. He was known as Captain Aquarius. Oh, I love Dan. Oh, wow. There's a lot of crossover here, darling. So you need to check out your sun, moon, and rising, because there are some cards that have repeatedly come into readings. The eclipse is happening in your house of work, service, daily routines, health. So any of those areas could be in for a change. So these are clarifying cards for Aquarius. Please clarify. You could reassess your health regimen. You could, this one, those 2. Okay, and please clap. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it was meant to come out. Okay, very good. All right. Aquarius, let's go to your reading, shall we? Okay, the first card out for you is the Star card. Clarifying the Star card is the Devil. Then you have the 5 of Wands. Clarifying the 5 of Wands is the 3 of Pentacles. And then you have the Temperance card and a Hierophant. So, all of these cards have shown up in other readings, every one of them. So, you have the Star card. There's a deep healing coming in for you this week. The Star card is healing on a spiritual, physical, and emotional level. So things are really, look, when the Star card comes into a reading, it's like light is being spread, like little fairy lights are showing up a path for you to go forward. You finally see where you're supposed to go. And that's what happens. Now, clarifying it is the devil. So you're being asked to not focus so much on the physical realm. You may be focusing on what you need, what you want. This can be a distraction, and it can be kind of addiction, right? So, you know, not too much shopping, not too much drinking, food, whatever, gambling, watching the television, whatever it is for you, whatever will distract you from your path forward. So this is really asking you to focus on the spiritual aspect of everything, and not necessarily, because you can be a slave to the material realm, and it's, you know, in the end, it's the spiritual side of things that's there. So this could be a change for you in terms of your health. You could bring in a new health regimen. You might want to focus on getting really healthy and not be distracted by, you know, tasty cakes or something. So the next card you have is the Five of Wands. And when the Five of Wands comes in, this is really important to handle it. There's a little conflict somewhere going on. It could be an internal conflict, but you need to handle it and address it. Whatever this conflict is, it's got to be handled with diplomacy, non-judgmentalness, and kindness and compassion. So if this is an internal conflict, and for some reason I'm getting this with you guys, now this could be at work and you need to handle it diplomatically, and you will be recognized for your leadership skills and your problem solving, that's for sure. But also this can be internal, and if it's internal, don't judge yourself on it. And honestly, what clarifies this for you, or could clarify this for you, is meditation. Because you're probably ping-ponging in your brain. Should I, shouldn't I? What am I doing? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? You've got all this stuff going on, and it's really difficult for you to focus. And that's definitely what I'm getting, because you've got the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is all about laser focus. It's about focusing on creativity, on your craft, on what you're good at, your talents, you know. It's really, it's about honing your craft and becoming an expert. Excuse me. It's about expansion. It's about growing from that. And I'm sorry, I've got to have some water. Excuse me. Oh, so focus on what this guy is so focused on. His craft. He's laser focused, right? So whatever it is that that takes you out of time and space and gets you into the zone, that's what you need to do. Now, here we go again. Temperance. This is about everything in moderation, Aquarius. Don't forget that. Everything. This is about moderating every single thing. Good, bad, everything. Not too much of anything. Not too much good, not too much bad, not too much in between. Everything has to be moderated. That's your mantra. Everything in moderation. Instead of going back for seconds, or, you know, reading a second book, or doing an extra exercise, or whatever it is, resist the urge and keep everything. And that goes for your emotions too. Temper your emotions as well. I definitely got that then. And clarifying it is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is about going back to your faith, really trusting that everything is happening for a reason. I feel that this week is going to be kind of, you know, busy in a way that's in your head. You may be left a lot of room to perhaps be distracted. You may have more time than usual to go down those roads, and you may be a little more what's the word, in your head. So Aquarius, bring it in, rein it in. And I'm telling you, meditation would do you a world of good, because I feel that your mind is kind of, busy all over the place. And you have to bring this back to spirituality. You've got to bring it back to your faith, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be a religious or spiritual faith. It can be just doing the next good thing for you and everyone, just being honest and right. And it's so important for us to be honest during this eclipse season, because we have to do the right thing even when it doesn't feel good. Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't feel good, but we have to do that. But the most important thing is that this healing is coming in for you. So this is a deep spiritual healing. Resist the urge to engage in this physical realm of consumerism or distractions. Resist that urge, because your path is being lit up, and you need to pay attention. You need to be laser focused. You need to see the signs. I feel the signs are coming in for you. I'm definitely getting that for you. And signs of expansion. It's exciting, so that you have to resolve the internal conflict that you have within you, and perhaps you're distracted. You could be distracted by a relationship. You could be distracted by, alcohol, anything that's going to take you out of the moment. Come back into the moment, Aquarius. Aquarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, and loved ones, and comment. I live for comments and feedback. And I must apologize for not getting the video out last week. I'm really sorry. But, Captain Aquarius, Dan First, passed away, and I just wasn't in a place to give at that time. I needed to be, go inside. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. I love you all, and I'll see you next week, or hopefully I'll see you on Monday at the Dan's interview.